Did you know that rural America is experiencing a population boom? Since the 2020 census, nearly 77,000 residents have relocated to rural areas, sparking a shift in the demographic landscape of the United States. This movement has far outpaced urban growth, with rural communities attracting 244,000 new residents compared to just 13,000 in urban areas. So, what's driving this trend? From the rise of remote work to the appeal of a quieter lifestyle, we will explore whether people are choosing the charm and tranquility of rural living and what it means for the future of the US. In recent years, the demographic landscape of the United States has witnessed a major shift, as evidenced by the movement of approximately 77,000 residents into rural areas within the 15 months following the 2020 census. This trend highlights growth in rural America, contrasting sharply with the slower pace of expansion in urban regions. The migration into rural areas, particularly notable in retirement destinations and countries where recreation plays a central role, underscores a broader transformation in population dynamics favoring rural living. The factors contributing to this rural resurgence are multifaceted. Economically and socially driven by the increasing feasibility of remote work, the COVID-19 pandemic has played a pivotal role. As more individuals seek out affordable housing options coupled with desirable outdoor amenities, rural areas have become attractive destinations. There's this new trend called Zoom towns. They're like old boom towns, but instead of industries, they're growing because people can work remotely and choose a more relaxed lifestyle. It's all thanks to the internet making it possible to work from anywhere. This rural growth has not only outpaced urban growth in percentage terms, but also absolute numbers. While rural areas welcomed 244,000 new residents, urban areas saw a much smaller influx, with only 13,000 people making urban moves. This clear difference shows a big change in where Americans want to live. The appeal of rural areas, boosted by technology and changes in the economy, points to a major shift in focus towards less crowded places. The COVID-19 pandemic has reshaped numerous aspects of life, not least of which is where and how people work. The shift towards remote work has emerged as a powerful driver of population growth in rural areas. As companies adopted remote work policies, many individuals and families re-evaluated their living situations, opting for more affordable and spacious environments offered by rural locales. This transition was facilitated by the diminished necessity to commute daily, allowing people to prioritize quality of life over proximity to urban job centers. The appeal of rural areas has been significantly enhanced by their natural and recreational amenities, qualities that have always been present but have become more prized in the wake of pandemic-induced lifestyle changes. Areas known for their scenic landscapes, outdoor recreational opportunities, and overall tranquility have seen notable increases in population. These regions offer an escape from the confines of urban density, providing spacious living conditions that are not only more affordable but also conducive to the new remote working lifestyle. Alongside the rise of remote work, the concept of amenity migration has gained prominence. Amenity migrants are individuals who move to rural areas driven by the desire for a better quality of life. These migrants are typically attracted by the natural environment, recreational opportunities, and a slower pace of life. The pandemic has accelerated this trend, leading to the emergence of what are now known as Zoom towns. These are rural communities that have experienced rapid growth due to an influx of remote workers seeking better living conditions away from urban centers. Zoom towns can be likened to the historical boom towns, which were typically centered around burgeoning industries that drew people for economic opportunities. However, unlike their predecessors, Zoom towns are fueled by the digital economy and the flexibility it offers, rather than the presence of physical industries. This has allowed for a more diverse demographic shift, including young professionals, families, and retirees, all seeking a balance between accessibility to work and an enhanced lifestyle. However, the benefits of this growth are not uniformly distributed. While some rural areas, particularly those with rich amenities and robust digital infrastructure, have thrived, others remain disconnected from these trends. Limited internet and transportation connectivity, along with a lack of essential services, continue to hinder the growth potential of many hinterland regions. This difference shows why we need to put money into building better roads, schools, and other things in rural areas. It'll help everyone grow fairly and make the most of living and working in rural America, especially now. As rural areas experience a resurgence in population growth, the focus on diversifying and strengthening economic foundations has become crucial. Thriving rural communities are increasingly turning to a variety of sectors to foster economic growth, each contributing uniquely to the overall vitality of these regions. Agriculture remains a cornerstone, providing not just food but also jobs and a basis for related industries. Manufacturing, too, plays a significant role, often tailored to leverage local resources and skills. The energy sector, encompassing both traditional and renewable sources, offers substantial economic potential, particularly in regions suited for wind or solar power production. Tourism and post-secondary education represent sectors with dynamic benefits. Rural areas rich in natural beauty or historical significance attract visitors, creating jobs in hospitality and retail, while local colleges and universities can become hubs of activity and innovation, drawing students and educators who often contribute to the local economy. The multiplier effects of supporting these key sectors are profound. By investing in and enhancing these areas, rural communities can not only create employment opportunities, but also bring wealth into the community, catalyzing further economic activities and improving living standards. However, the success of these sectors hinges significantly on the availability and quality of infrastructure and connectivity. Having good roads and transportation systems is super important because they link small towns to bigger places where people can find work and businesses can sell their stuff. Also, having good healthcare nearby is a big deal. It makes people want to live in rural areas because they know they can get the care they need without having to travel far. Telemedicine, supported by reliable broadband, has emerged as a particularly valuable service, allowing residents to access specialists and medical care that might not be available locally. Broadband connectivity, in particular, has become as essential as any utility. It enables remote work, a key factor in the recent population growth, to support online education, allow for telehealth services, and encourage business growth. Studies have shown that robust internet service is linked to increased job creation, public growth, new business formation, and reduced unemployment rates in rural areas. Despite these opportunities, many rural areas still face significant challenges due to inadequate infrastructure and connectivity. We need to put money into these important areas, not just to fill the gaps we have now, but also to make sure everyone can keep growing together fairly. If we don't invest in these things, rural areas might struggle to keep up with the rest of the country. That means missing out on chances for jobs and other good things that come with today's economy. Ensuring that no community is left behind requires a focused and sustained effort to improve these foundational elements, paving the way for a prosperous rural America. The revival of rural America offers many new opportunities, but it also highlights ongoing economic inequalities that strain these communities. These inequalities are complex, impacting different groups and areas in various ways. In many rural communities, marginalized groups, particularly Black or Native American populations, face significant hurdles. These communities often experience higher rates of poverty, limited access to quality education and healthcare, and fewer economic opportunities. Such disparities not only perpetuate cycles of disadvantage, but also hinder the overall growth potential of rural areas. Addressing these challenges requires targeted policies that focus on uplifting these groups, improving their access to essential services, and creating inclusive economic opportunities. Rural areas generally report lower median incomes and higher poverty rates compared to their urban counterparts. These economic disparities are exacerbated by employment challenges, particularly in regions reliant on declining industries such as agriculture, manufacturing, and mining. The dwindling job opportunities in these sectors widen the economic gap, leaving many rural communities vulnerable and economically stagnant. To reduce these disparities, comprehensive strategies with targeted investments in education, healthcare, and economic development are essential. Improving access to quality education and healthcare ensures that all residents, regardless of their background, can lead healthy, productive lives. Also, we can make things better by starting up local projects that create jobs and money opportunities. This can even help out the differences in how much people earn and how many jobs are available. With traditional industries declining, rural communities need to shift towards knowledge-based economies. This change is essential for sustainable growth and involves diversifying their economic base. Investing in areas like technology, healthcare, education, and green energy, rural areas can better adapt to the changing economic landscape. Encouraging innovation and entrepreneurship is key to revitalizing rural economies. Supporting small businesses and startups in rural areas can spur job creation, attract investments, and foster economic resilience. Initiatives such as business incubators, grants for entrepreneurs, and investment in local innovation hubs can catalyze significant economic activities. Preparing the rural workforce for the future is another critical element. Investment in skills development, particularly in emerging sectors, equips residents with the necessary tools to participate in and contribute to the knowledge economy. Tailored educational programs that focus on the needs of modern industries can help transform the economic landscape of rural areas. To make this change happen, everyone needs to work together. That means the government, businesses, and community groups all need to pitch in. We want everyone to benefit from growth, so we need to make sure that happens by working together. We will help rural areas grow in a fair and balanced way. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. So, what do you think is the most significant factor driving people to move to rural areas?